33rd birthday. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I've been wanting to try stand-up, so obviously here I am. I'm gonna use my phone because I've never done this before. Unfortunately, for everyone in the room, I was molested as a kid. I guess that's an icebreaker now, tonight. A study I saw showed 1 in 5 guys and 1 in 3 girls before the age of 18 have been inappropriately touched. So, who else has been molested? Woo! There you go. Yeah, thank you. Good. Yeah. So, oddly enough, like when that's happened to you, people like want to ask you questions, and they're like, you know, the obvious one's like, who did it? You know, and the really weird one is like, what was it like? And I'm always like, yeah, not that chill. You know, like, and it's weird because like the big thing was like, I really wanted to see Space Jam on VHS. Like that's how it all started. And yeah, now I have this weird resentment against time because I'm like, fuck, dude, if I was born in the 2000s or like 2010, maybe I could just stream it, and on my birthday I wouldn't be at some fucking bar being like, hey, listen to all my trauma, you know? But here we are. I'm also in recovery. Surprise, surprise, the guy who's like, hey, someone molested me, got addicted to heroin. Yeah, in recovery I've made like a lot of gay friends, and like they've, you know, in recovery it's common, like everyone's been molested. That's like the common denominator. And it's weird, like I talk to my gay friends and I'm thinking like, it's pretty awesome that whoever molested me like sucked at it, because like I'm straight. Like obviously they did a bad job, so like that's cool, you know, winning there. And yeah, so yeah, so and it's like, you know, it's like not the worst thing, but like it is the worst thing. But the cool part about it is like now I don't remember my childhood at all, so like that's pretty awesome. Yeah, anyway, my mom taught me that I have to be able to laugh at the things that like make me different. So like a lot of times when I want to talk about myself, I'm self-deprecating. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm short, I walk weird, I'm ugly, I was molested. And it's ironic because me sharing about being molested is really molesting the vibe in here. Anyway, otherwise I had a pretty good childhood. My mom's hearing impaired. She's deaf in 90% in both ears. That's probably why she never heard me crying out for help. Yeah, but oddly enough, for someone with all this trauma, like I have no kinks. I'm like super vanilla in bed. I tried being kinky, but like in my effort to like look up all the kinks, I found out that kinks were hereditary, which is like a real thing. Like it's nature and nurture. So part of your kinks is hereditary, and like there's nothing weirder than being like, you know, in your Yeezy season 4 ripped up clothes midway through a race play thing, and the girl's like, give me that slave dick, and you're like, oh my god, that's how I got to be here. Like some slave guy raped some girl. Oh my god, and here we are. So like, yeah, that's a really weird thought to have. And but I'm gonna leave that to the scientists, you know. I applied to grad school for my master's in social work so I can be a therapist. Like good reasons, you know, when I was going through all my shit, I wanted someone who looked like me, talked like me, had tattoos and all that. And yeah, so like that's something I've always wanted to be able to give back. And by doing that, like obviously I have to be in therapy. I'm gonna go off the notes here. I'm in therapy, and I'm also in recovery. We're gonna jump back to that. After every meeting, we usually go out to eat. And the most recent thing that happened that was pretty good was I was out to eat with some of my buddies, and we go to Denny's, and you know, there's this homeless guy sitting outside. He's like sweating bullets, and I'm like, dude, like, you know, trying to be cool, like I've been there, you know, like walk by him, what's up, man? Acknowledge he exists. And he asked me like the age-old question. He's like, how tall are you? And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And in my head, I'm getting ready to like, you know, throw a joke back at him, and I was like 5 feet, man. And he was like, oh. And his follow-up was weird. He was like, you got Down syndrome? And I was like, confused. I was like, what the fuck? Like, nah. And he's like, yeah, because I just saw something about the new Down syndrome, and I think you got that shit. And like I was worried. The weirdest thing is like going home and searching like new Down syndrome, and like looking at the pictures and being like, "Fuck, do I have the new Down syndrome?" What was weirder is me and my friends got to talking, and we're like, "How the fuck did he find out about new Down syndrome? Like, where did he watch this?" And apparently, you know, like out in the streets, like he's watching documentaries about the new Downs, and unfortunately, I got it. Yeah, so here we are. There's like a bunch of jokes my girl said I couldn't do, and I'm about to leave, so I'm gonna do at least one of them. the main one. I'll just do this one real quick. She has a praise kink. I thought it'd be cool if she came up here, everyone claps for her, and she's like bust all over herself. Like, oh my god, thank you. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Last but not least, the one thing I hate about loving rap music so much is I was raised in the South, and like, you know, I was raised to have manners. And like all these rappers, they're like, hey motherfucker, turn my headphones up. And I'm like, yo, dude, like, I get it, you're a savage, Mr. 21, but like, goddamn, like, just say please. You know, that really bothers me. Like, just be nice to your engineer. Anyway, thanks for letting me do this.